Hey folks, as you can see, I'm already logged into my IMAP account because I decided to make a video instead of typing up my day 5 report. The reason I decided to make a video is because there's a few things that I want to talk to you about, a few things I want to explain about IMAP. As you know, I started out with $200 and I went ahead and paid the membership fee. The shares are $10 a piece, the packs are $10 a piece, and $200 will buy 20 packs. If you buy 20 packs or less, you don't have to pay the membership fee. I went ahead and paid the membership fee because 50% of your commissions and 50% of your earnings goes into the repurchase balance. If I had not purchased the membership fee, then I wouldn't be able to use my repurchase balance at all, because obviously that would have put me over 20 shares. And as you can see here, I have 38 active shares now after 5 days. Now, I did not buy all 18 extra shares using share earnings. The share earnings have only been about 4% a day. And as you can see, I've only earned $56.72. So 5 of these shares came from earnings because I've been doing 100% repurchase. The rest of the other 13 shares have come from commissions. And as you can see here, I have $210 in commissions. I have 7 referrals, but only 4 of them are paid. I've seen some promoters, a few promoters make comments that they can't understand why people draw only $10 a day. The maximum draw in IMAP is $250 a day, and some of them suggest that you max out before you start drawing. It's a couple things I want to talk about people saying stuff like this, or not the people, but the comments. I mean, there's millions of people in the world that $10 a day is a meaningful amount to them. Here in Thailand, I live in Thailand, and the minimum wage is less than $10 a day. So if you take somebody that's working for $8 or $9 a day, and in some countries it's even less than that, and they can start earning $10 a day from a rev share, that's basically doubling their income. You know, it's crazy. So what I would like to say is only invest what you can afford to lose. Do not go borrow money in order to play rev shares. The rev shares are going to close. Pretty much all of them. Maybe they'll last a year, maybe they'll last a month. Some of them last 3 or 4 days. Some of them have closed in 1 day. You never know. Even a program that everybody believes is going to last for 6 months or a year could close tomorrow. So don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Whether IMAP is for you or not at a 4% a day, a good way to judge that is traffic wave surfing started out at 5%, I believe. Traffic hub started out at 6%. So if you were able to start out with whatever amount you have in mind in either of those 2 programs and built it up to whatever level that is good for you, whether it be $5 a day or $10 a day or $100 a day, then IMAP would still be a good fit for you. They're starting out at a little bit over 4%, and traffic wave and started at 5, and traffic hub started at 6. They're only about 2% now. So if you're able to build those up to whatever level that is comfortable for you, IMAP should be able to work for you. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and get on to some of the things that I wanted to talk about. Now, if you remember from my first video, in this box right here, there was a line that said processor exchange fees 1%. They do have processor exchange in IMAP, but they haven't been charging any fees, and I think that's why they've taken that out. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do a balance transfer. As you can see, they have the different payment processors here. But one thing I do want to say is they allow anyone, no matter which processor you deposited with, they will allow anyone to withdraw with Payza, because 90% of the people that join RevShares use Payza, and that's where most of the funds are. When they start depleting some of the other accounts, they would have to take money from Payza and pay an exchanger in order to transfer it over to some of these other processors in order to make payouts. So that's actually a pretty smart thing to do. For these other processors, though, in order to be able to draw from them, you have to deposit using them, and you can only withdraw from the processor that you deposited the most money in, even if it's only $1 or $5 or whatever. So if you deposit $100 in Payeer and you decide you want to draw out coin payments, you'll have to deposit $101 in coin payments in order to be able to draw out a coin payments. Well, most of the programs that I've been in lately, they only allow you to draw from the processor that the money goes in. So the people that get commissions, like these commissions I have in Solid Trust Pay, I can't draw this commission out because I didn't make any deposit with Solid Trust Pay. I have to transfer this into Payza. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see here, I've already got Payza down, but I want to go from the commission balance in STP, and I want to do the commission balance, as you can see here, and I want to take that into my earning balance, just because I don't like adding money to the repurchase that I don't need, that I don't have to. So let's go ahead and make that transfer. Oops, I forgot to put the amount of money in. How much should I get in there? $33. So let's try that again. Luckily, the site's running pretty fast today. Okay, now as you can see, I also have the commission balance here. You can see there were no fees, but I also have commission balance of $675 in Payza. I do not have to transfer that over because they have a button that includes all four of these balances. I also not going to bother transferring this 40s. Well, maybe I'll go ahead and do it. Well, like I said before, I made a mistake. I made a mistake with the commission. I went ahead and bought shares with it. Don't do what I did. I can't use this repurchase balance because I can't transfer the repurchase balance. You can see only commissions and earnings. So I just have to let this build up. One thing I could do, I suppose, is I could transfer from my earning balance in Payza into the earning balance in coin payments so that I could buy one share with that in order to get it going and then start transferring it, but I'm not going to bother doing all that stuff. Just remember not to make the same mistake I did. Transfer everything into Payza or into your favorite processor. So let's go ahead and buy some shares, and I'll show you that we can use all of the balances. Now I have $33 in Solid Trust Pay in the repurchase, Solid Trust Pay in the repurchase that I was not able to transfer, so I have no choice but to buy shares with that. That leaves me with a $3 balance in Solid Trust Pay purchase. In Pesa, 37.97, 675. Let's see, 675 plus 37.97 plus 5.97 is $50.69. So I should be able to buy 5. Now I have to click on this button over here that allows all of the balances to be used. So 5 shares. No need to retype the CAPTCHA in. So Pesa, I have 69 cents left in commissions. If I would not have, I learned this earlier, if I would not have clicked this, or this use repurchase balance first, it would have used earning and commission balance and cash balance in order to pay it, and then I would have been left with a balance in the purchase balance. But I'll be getting commissions and pays, so it's okay for that. Another thing that I wanted to cover real quick here is in most programs that use this script, the only way in order to be able to see your balance is by going to the finance and purchase, or going to finance and purchase. But we can go to upgrade account instead of going through 2 or 3 steps. We can go through upgrade account, and your wallet, all your wallets is there. So that's only one. Okay, one last thing I want to talk about is, this isn't only for IMAP. This is for any program. Decide to build for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or however long you want to build for, depending on how much money you put in, how many referrals you're able to get, or whatever. You do not have to stay building 100% until you max the program out. I see a lot of people giving this advice to max the program out before you move on to another program. I gotta say, I've lost a fair amount of money in other programs trying to get to $100 a day. I don't do it anymore. I go for however long I decide that I want to build, whether it be 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. I build for that amount of time. I keep an eye on the program. I keep an eye on the deposits. I keep an eye on the membership growth. I do all this stuff. And maybe I build to $20 a day if I'm able, if things aren't looking like I'm going to make it to that, whatever I happen to be at the time that I do my 3 or 4 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. I then start drawing my seed out, and I draw 100% of the cash earnings. I don't worry about how many packs I'm going to have left again. Once I get my seed out, I can always start rebuilding again. And I suggest you do that in all of these programs. Get your seed out after whatever amount of time that you determine. Get your seed out, and then only use the profit in order to build your account back up to the $10 or $20 or $100 or $250. That way you're not going to lose money. Really, I recommend you do that in order to play it safe. Some people are going to say playing it safe is safe money is losing money or whatever, but you're already taking enough risk by putting money into a rev share. So try and play it safe and get your seed back as soon as you're comfortable with, as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and make whatever comments you like underneath, or contact me on Facebook if you have any questions, and have a good evening. Thank you for watching.